Okay, welcome back to another episode, or not episode, another video from Crypto Astrology. Today we're just going to be looking at the Bitcoin breakout, which is happening apparently right before our eyes, possibly. And also we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin ETF that is set to come out tonight if you're in Australia, or Tuesday morning for the good old New York people and Americans. Okay, so if we want to draw our attention to the price chart right now, right here, you can see that Bitcoin is currently trading at $62,841. And if we draw a little ascending triangle pattern, which has been pretty good, shown pretty good to work out, and this is on a 1 hour time frame, we can see that we're sort of reaching the top side of this ascending triangle right now, and we've got some pretty good volume on this. So if we do imagine that this is a breakout, well, then we would want to see continuation to that yellow line, which is our previous all-time high. So I'm just going to draw some little crystal ball lines for you right here, and sort of just speculate on, just play like a little mental star seeing, and just speculate where we could see price to go. So from here we might see another rejection. I do think this is possible, and then when the ETF is announced, which I'll actually draw a line here about when the ETF is announced. So if I change this to New York time, and we draw a vertical line about 9, yeah, so around then is when we expect the ETF to be announced, and we probably will see a lot of price movement, up or down, I don't know, but I'm sort of the opinion that we would see a big movement, so either a big move up or a big move down. So what we might see here is we might play around in this range a little bit longer, and then when the ETF is announced, we might go up there, or we might go down there, and we might pump or we might dump. Right? Or we could just simply break out here, and then when it comes to the ETF, we'll retest our breakout, and then that would be a great place to put another trade to the upside, right? So pretty much I see some possibilities. Or this is a fake out, in which case we might dump here. So there's pretty much 4 possibilities: 2 to the upside, 2 to the downside. If we were to put a trade on this, this is how I would trade this. Or not trade this, but like manage the risk for this. Let's see, do we have I seem to have forgotten where this was. Surely, all right, here we go. Long position. If we want to take a long position, let's say the price is out here, we want to take a long position. So if this really is the breakout, then we don't expect this, then we don't expect it to really come back into this triangle and reaccumulate. So you want to set a tight stop, and then your target would pretty much just be the previous all-time high, at least short term. Or if you want to take a target based off this ascending triangle formation, would be all the way up here, right? But I'm probably looking to take profit around here. So you have a nice risk-reward ratio over here. If you wanted to wait, and maybe you don't think this is a breakout, so then you'd enter here, and you put a stop a little bit below the ascending triangle, and then you'd aim for that as well. So that's another case.
It's bullish. Bump the pump.
Never mind that. So if we take a short position here, and we don't think it's going to break out here right now, then we could do that, and let's say we get rejected here, put a stop above the all-time high, and then your target would be the breakdown of this ascending triangle, depending on where you break it. So which is where you'd sort of move that line, and you'd find somewhere around like that, like this. So that would be your target, which is pretty much the bottom of this ascending triangle, regardless. So yeah, this is pretty interesting price action. Whether it breaks out here or not, I do not know, and I don't think anyone can really tell you. But regardless, if it does break out here, a retest is probably likely. Oh, look, it's come back down. So that might have just been a fake out. So in any case, I do expect a big move to be played at around this time for Australians. Let's see what time that would be. Perth, Sydney. So that would be around. Oh, so that's around like midnight tonight. So yeah, I do expect a big move to be played there. So if we go back to some other news, we have to be careful because it doesn't always mean just because there's an ETF being announced, it doesn't always mean the best, right? It doesn't always mean there's price is going to go up. If we go back to over here, we move this line over here. So this was precisely the day that we had the El Salvador acceptance of Bitcoin. So this is the day that El Salvador actually implemented its Bitcoin bill that allowed Bitcoin as legal tender. And if you look at it at an hour by hour basis, and then we go to New York time, right, we can see that basically at 9 a.m. when the markets opened at in New York, that was the commencement of a huge downside move. So that's why I'm saying that we should wait till 9 a.m. before we see a definitive large move, whether to the upside or the downside. If we also do a little bit of background research and we look at CME Futures, Bitcoin. So in 2017, CME Futures was announced on Bitcoin, which allowed futures trading. So this was announced pretty much, right, so this is December 18, 2017. So this is pretty much the top in terms of price of the last cycle. So if we scroll back to 2017 and we look at the date, December 18, well, what do you know? That's pretty much the exact top that we've seen in the last cycle in 2017. And pretty much that would have been the biggest sign to sell. And that was announced on that day. But so do I think that's going to happen today or this time? Probably not, because, well, we've never actually had a double top in history. And, well, if we look at the weekly time frame, we actually did close the highest weekly price in history. So we are making all-time highs right here. So I do very well think that this does continue, considering this massive reaccumulation zone and basically consolidation zone that we just had, and we're just coming out of it and made a new all-time high. That does look very good. I repeat, this is the all-time high on the weekly time frame, not the total spot all-time high. So all in all, it does look very good for the price. I also do want to say that, well, what do you know? Tonight is actually the next bull moon, or the next full moon, as people do say. So as you can see, I've labeled every bull moon or full moon as green, and as you can see, it's been quite accurate in terms of determining the bottoms, the local bottoms for Bitcoin. And after the bull moon or the full moon, we tend to see price just go up in a general direction, upwards. So it's been very good, pretty accurate. I'd probably say like an 80% accuracy. So it's probably something not to be discounted. And if we do look at the stars, like ancient travelers and in their old navigation ships to navigate across like their own country and the seas, well, we can use the moon to navigate these weird and wacky crypto markets. So in any case, I do see this as a good sign, and we probably will continue upwards. Well, that's just my bias here. So that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. I very much appreciate every comment that I do receive. So let me know if you want anything specific looked at by me I may be pushing out a couple more of these short videos that aren't weekly updates, just to keep everyone, well, just to keep you, I guess, sort of seeing different angles of analysis, and this is more of like a short-term update as well. If we go back to short-term time frames and we have another look at Bitcoin price, it does look like we basically saw a bit of a rejection here. So I do expect a test to the bottom side of this. We might actually work down below this triangle, but I expect that to be another good buying opportunity, given this accumulation zone, and probably will see some movement at midnight tonight, or CME Open, New York Open, on the 19th. So yeah, so thank you very much, and I'll see you